2.5 days. My name is Wendy. It's an honor to be here, to be a part of such an exciting program, and I hope everybody has learned a lot and has a wonderful time the next 2.5 days. Very excited to be here. So before we get into the program, allow me to quickly do a brief introduction of our venue. Right there at the back in the middle of the venue, we have a charging area. If you need to charge your laptops or your phones, feel free to use our charging area. And outside the venue, the conference room, we also have refreshments and coffee and tea and snacks. Feel free to help yourselves at any time. Also, we have staff ready on standby anytime you need anything. Our bathroom, the washroom, is outside the conference room on the right-hand side, right at the end. If you need the washroom, it's over there. Okay, so very excited to see you all here this morning. How are you? Let's give your host a round of applause, please. All right, let's bring some energy to our venue today. So we're very excited because the Spark program is the very first time that we're able to have all of our members here together in Taiwan. And we have our origins in Stanford University with the purpose of establishing partnership between the university and biopharma to help researchers from the academic understand a little bit more about translational research processes. And the program aims to help our research team advance their research discoveries along the path to FDA-approved treatments and drugs for unmet medical needs. And we're very, very grateful that we are able to come together to hold this boot camp after 3 years. It's truly a remarkable event. And we're also very appreciative of the support we have from our Stanford team, our Spark Stanford team. Thank you so much for coming. And without further ado, let's dive right into our program. All right, so first of all, allow me to introduce the director of Spark Taiwan, Professor Jane Tseng. Welcome, Professor. Also a professor from the National Capital University, and she will give an introduction of our Stanford team. Thank you so much.
So thank you for coming here. We are
very excited to dive right into our lectures and discussions. All right, so before we dive into our program, a brief introduction of Dr. Kevin Grimes. He is the Vice President of Spark Stanford, Professor from Chemical and Systems Biology at Stanford University. So I'm sure we'll be learning a lot from you in the next 2.5 days. And later, he will be guiding us through a captivating lecture on starting with the end in mind that entails clinical need assessment and target, as well as product profile development. And following the lecture, we'll also have a 10-minute brief Q&A session where we'll be answering one or two questions, and we'll address your questions. Anybody with any questions, please raise your hands, and we will bring a microphone right over to you. Any questions? Yes, thank you.
For your presentation, and I have one question
Is up. We'll have more opportunities later for more questions during our mingle and our lunchtime. All right, thank you once again to Dr. Grimes. Let's give him a big hand, please. Okay, so I have a few questions about the Wi-Fi. We do have Wi-Fi here. It is SAT guest. So if you'd like to use our venue Wi-Fi, it's SAT guest, and maybe we can write it on the whiteboard for everybody. Our staff could write it on the whiteboard. Thank you. Okay, so now let's move on to our next session, which is brought to us by Dr. Peter Santamaria. Wow, all right. So before we begin, Dr. Peter Santamaria here will be talking to us a little bit about understanding the problem of chronic eardrum perforations and a quick introduction, of course. Dr. Santamaria is the Director of Spark Global and Associate Director of Stanford Spark Translational Therapeutic Program. And he is also the founder and chief of the Scientific Advisory Board for Oration Biotech, as well as the founder and chief medical officer for Flowtherm. So let's give a very big hand to Dr. Santamaria. Thank you. So now we will take a brief 10-minute coffee break to recharge. So we do have coffee and refreshments outside. Please help yourselves. And please be back at 10 past 11 to resume the rest of our program. Also, a kind reminder to all of our participants, if you did not sign in upon arrival, please do remember to sign in. It will help you ensure your certificate of completion at the end of the 2.5-day boot camp. Thank you, and we'll see you back at 10 past 11. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you had a refreshing coffee break. And now, for our next session, we will dive into translating a therapeutic discovery featuring Dr. Dirk Mendel. And before we dive into our session, of course, I'd like to give a brief introduction. Dr. Dirk Mendel, he is currently the Science Manager at Spark Stanford, as well as a Group Leader of CCS Associates. And Dr. Mendel has fruitful experiences as a clinical researcher and has been in translational medicine and translational biology for many years. So there is much to learn from the session. Let's welcome Dr. Mendel, please. Welcome. Lunch boxes for each of you outside the venue. Please feel free to collect your lunch boxes, and you are free to eat inside the conference room during lunch. We have 1 hour. And also help us with the recycling. You'll see we do have recycling, a designated recycling area outside. The left-hand side is for plastic and paper. The right-hand side is for regular trash. And in the middle, we have food waste. So help us out with that.